Hey guys, this is Radhika here again. So I hope you all are doing well. I'm going to continue with the emotions series now, and the next emotion that I wanted to talk about is happiness. Um, so happiness is actually a very complex emotion, and if I were to ask you what is happiness, uh, it's very hard to describe. So what will the answer be? And most of the time, the answer that comes to us is not the actual feeling of happiness, but it's something that makes you happy. And we often confuse this with happiness, and that's a human phenomena that happens. And what actually happens is so I'll explain that later. So happiness is different for different people, but if you just ask yourself this question logically, like not your intuition, but you just ask yourself this question, what is happiness? And different people say different things. So someone will say eating an ice cream, someone can say listening to my favorite song on the way to work is my happiness. Someone might say money is my happiness. Someone would say being at home is my happiness. Someone would say playing with my son or daughter or being with the person that I love is happiness. So basically, we see happiness from that point of view. It is a thing or an activity or something that brings us this feeling of happiness, but we don't actually know what is happiness. So if I really thought about it in a lot of depth, and or at least I think in a lot of depth, so I really thought hard about this. So when am I happy? When I'm happy, what do I feel? So what I have come up with is this: when I'm happy, I am completely in the moment. So I am completely living that particular moment, and I am in no way resistant to it. I don't want to change it. I don't want to cling to it. I'm not doing anything. Basically, I am the moment. Like I am living it. It's like literally I am it. I cannot be anything else other than that moment. You become the moment when you're happiness. And these small magical moments, I think they happen in everyone's life. And oftentimes people will say it was the birth of my child, but actually, that moment when your child is born, it's, at least in my case, it was really chaotic. So I can't say it's that time, but there are many times when I am probably at night time, I'm telling him a story and I'm just at complete ease. My body is at ease, my mind is at ease, and I am in that moment completely. I'm just telling the story. I become the story. I become my son who's listening to the story, and I become that whole moment. I it's a feeling of losing yourself in that moment. So for that one moment, you lose your identity, you lose who you are, you lose your body, you lose your mind, you lose your spirit, you become one with that moment. And that moment is happiness. And it's these are rare moments, but these do happen, and they happen as we get more in tune with our intuition. And if our body is healthy, the body being healthy is very important, because if your body is not healthy, you are always not at ease. So to be in the moment, you also need a body which is healthy. But there are so many people who have learned to deal with pain, that they can be happy even with pain because they don't resist the pain. If they are feeling pain, they just feel it. You just feel it in the moment. And when you start feeling the pain reduces. And so you are not in resistance to that moment anymore because the pain is gone as soon as you accept it. And I know I have been in pain, but I know some of you might find this very weird, but it is true. But you have to be at that level of acceptance of pain. And I have been through some pain. I haven't been through like a lot of pain in my life, like physically. So I'm not uh, going to comment on, maybe someone has severe physical pain. So I'm not saying about those, but like small pain, you can definitely start accepting it instead of rejecting it and resisting it. So yeah, so basically happiness is, that's the best thing that I can, that's the best way I can describe happiness, is when you are at a state of complete ease. Ease of everything, ease of your body, ease of your mind, ease of the moment, and you lose yourself in the moment. And the first thing to that process of losing yourself to the moment is ease. You have to be at ease. You cannot be at resistance. You cannot be at odds with the moment. So so yeah, so another quote that I really like on happiness is by Mahatma Gandhi, and it is uh, this is the quote. It says, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do is in harmony. And I really get this definition because a lot of unhappiness is caused because people feel one way, they act one way, and they say things which are completely not true, not what they feel, not how they are acting. So, this, if you see narcissists, for example, what they think, what they say, and how they act are completely different, especially covert narcissists. That's why covert narcissists are even more unhappy. If you see an overt narcissist, at least the overt narcissist is owning up to who they are. They might be rude, they might be a jackass, an asshole, and people might be calling them that. But they are okay. They feel that this is who I am and I am great. And they feel that, you know. But a covert narcissist is in a lot more pain because the way they act, what they say, and what they do is totally in disharmony, you know. So they are supremely confused people, and it shows, they are so much at unease. They are never calm, they are never peaceful, they are always agitated inside their body about something. So, yeah, so such people can never be calm and peaceful. Even if they pretend to be, it's only going to be for some time. They are not going to. A covert narcissist cannot, he or she just cannot be calm and peaceful for a long time. Yeah. Then the vibration that I feel with when I'm happy is a very still and a very calm vibration. Also, I feel like time kind of loses its meaning, and the vibration is very light. You don't feel weighed down. So, in comparison to sadness, when you have sadness, you feel stuck and you feel heavy, dense. But happiness feels very light. You feel your frequency is high, your aura increases. When you're very happy and you stay happy for a long time, you spread that happiness. You want to make people happy. You want to smile more. You want to communicate. You want to talk. If someone is feeling sad, and you are happy, you will probably chat them up and make them feel kind of hopeful again. But if someone is sad and you are sad, you will probably feel like, oh my god, the whole world is sad today, and you will not talk to that person. And yeah, that's because the frequency is low. And when you are happy, it's a high frequency emotion, so you're better able to express, better able to communicate what you want to say. Um, so yeah, basically, also when you're happy, you are not thinking of the past, you are not thinking of the future, you are in the present, you are in awareness, you are just living the moment. Now, sometimes you might also think of the past or think of the future and be happy. And in that case, what I want to tell you is that maybe you're daydreaming, right? Or you're imagining the past or the future, but you are in that moment. Even if the moment was in the past or the future, you are happy because you are completely living that moment. So so awareness becomes super strong. You're very aware of the moment, just the moment, and you're not thinking of the moment, you're just aware of it. And awareness and thinking is like they are different. Awareness is feeling, knowing everything. There's a lot of dimensions to awareness. Thinking is just logically, like you're thinking about something. Yeah, and the body is also at ease. So you will notice when you're happy, just notice your body. Your jaw is not tight. When you are tense, your jaw will become like this. Your mouth might become like little small, like this. Um, you'll tense up all of these muscles when you are not relaxed. Your shoulders, like they will be relaxed when you are in a happy state. When you're in a sad state, they droop. And when you're angry, they're like they're up, and they're like you'll be like in a warrior kind of a pose when you're angry. So yeah, eyebrows and face are calm, so your eyebrows won't be like raised and your eyes won't be open. Everything will be relaxed when you are in a happy state. So we all touch these moments, these happy moments every now and then, and it's that feeling when we feel that everything has aligned. Suddenly the star, moon, everything, all the planets have aligned, and suddenly you have this magical moment. And a lot of times in that moment you do realize that this is that moment, and you try to control it, and as soon as you try to control it, it's gone. You try to probably prolong it. You feel that, oh, I want this to continue, and as soon as you feel that, it's gone. So when you have such a moment, the only thing you can do is you can completely feel these moments. And I know this is like a very esoteric video, so if you guys are feeling what I'm saying, I hope you are getting what I'm saying. But yeah, this is something which you have probably felt in your life. You just have to recollect those memories. So yeah, there are some people, spiritual people or even not spiritual, but who have just understood this, um, who can be happy all the time. And the trick they have to be happy all the time is to be at ease all the time. And that's the only shift that they make in their thinking. They think that whatever this moment is, I am going to be at ease with it. I'm not going to be against it. I'm not going to control it. I'm not going to prolong it. I'm not going to try to prolong it. I'm not going to try to control it. I'm not going to try to change it. I'm just going to go with the moment. And that does not mean that you become a stone and you just see life passing you by. What that means, it takes a lot of work, first of all, to get to that there, because to get to this point, you really have to be in touch with your intuition. Because sometimes you are going to have to do things in life, because this is the life that we have to live, we have to do things. We have to go to work, we have to get up, we have to make food, we have to do whatever miscellaneous tasks we have. So how do we do this? Sometimes we will have to go against something. If I'm getting late and I need to reach somewhere on time, I am resisting time, because time is a big factor in life. So how do you do this? So the way you do this is you have to detach yourself from the result of your actions, which is very difficult to do. It is very, very difficult to do that. So yeah, so if someone is happy all the time, and there are people like this, they have really unlocked the secret to this life, which is basically it takes a lot of inner work, lot of letting go, lot of practice to be happy all the time. And it's doable, it's certainly doable. And basically you have to let go of the results of the actions that you're doing, and all the actions that you're doing, they have to come either from your worldly duties that you have to do, and you make peace with that you have to do these things because they are your worldly duties that you have to do, and two, because you have agreed to them. So, if you have not agreed to them, again you're in resistance. You're simply doing them because they are worldly duties. But say you have a narcissistic person in your life and you don't want to keep in touch with them, but it is your worldly duty to keep in touch with them, then you need to reach a middle ground where you are performing your worldly duty and you are okay with it. So maybe don't talk to them every day, don't talk to them every week, but maybe you can talk to them once every 2 weeks if you can. And you agree to that yourself so that you are not resisting that then. And when you come to such a middle ground where you are doing some worldly duties and you are not resisting them, only then can you do them and not care for the result. Otherwise, these conditions are not satisfied and being happy will be very difficult in this situation. It's not impossible. You just have to reach that, fine tune both the values to such a point that they are in balance with each other. So yeah, if you can reach that point, that will be good. So yeah, we can be happy all the time in life if we just don't resist things, and we agree to everything we are doing, and also we follow our intuition. So so yeah, basically just following your intuition can get you there, and you have to keep asking yourself, what do you want, what do you want to do. So yeah, basically we can be in the now all the time. Now, NPD people can make happiness impossible, and that's when this magic of that moment of happiness that you've had in life comes handy, because when you really think and feel how that happy moment felt for you, you can use it to your advantage. You can think of that moment when you are not happy, when you feel that you need that happiness. You can think of that moment, and when that moment comes back to you, you will feel happy because you have to really feel it. So, this is kind of, I think, what J.K. Rowling describes. If you guys have read Harry Potter, when she says the dementors come and they bring out all the bad memories inside of you, and you have to use the patronus charm, and the patronus is basically you have to think of a happy memory. It is exactly that. It is, you have to think of that moment that takes you into complete ease, complete being in the moment. And when you are that, the darkness just disappears, the dementors disappear, the whatever resistance you have to that moment, it disappears. And yeah, I think that is what she describes in that charm. So yeah, these happy moments, they can be a refuge in times of need, and you really have to live that happy moment though. So really live it and remember how you felt. Just internalize it so much that remember that moment with everything, every part, every cell of your body. Just remember that moment. And yeah, so basically that's the key to happiness, I feel, is being okay with every moment that comes your way. And it's very difficult with NPD people, especially if you are completely all the time in contact with them, but it's not impossible. So maybe go no contact and feel the happiness after the healing is done. So this is like way down the line in healing, when you have been through all the stages of healing and now you are ready to be happy. Feel happy and take in all of that happiness, and then if you have to go back in touch with the narcissist, you can use these moments, and you can use these moments once you have felt it. You can use them all the time to feel happy. So yeah, so basically that's all that I think I have for happiness, is that it's just completely being in the moment. I don't know how else to describe happiness, but it is when you lose yourself in the moment, when you don't know what is you and what is the world, and it's all one, it's merged together. And I'm sure you guys have had such moments. I know I have. And yeah, so I think that is happiness, and that is what, as humans, we all are striving for pretty much all the time. Yep, so this was my video on happiness. Please do share your comments on it, and I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.